Oh Lord. Welcome to the present. So we visit Aston Villa at the weekend at the Villa Park. Should be an interesting game. One thing fans should be aware of right now, most fans should be aware that every weekend you expect a VAR fast, you expect a controversial decision made by the referees or made by the officiating officials in the VAR booth. It's priced in. Let's not pretend that for the 15 weeks we've had the Premier League, every single weekend or midweek matches, we've had a VAR fast. We saw against Luton, right? Gabriel Bagales was pulled down, but for some reason, even though we won the match, but for some reason, the VAR official refused to actually look into that pull down. They should have been a penalty, but no, 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 they will not. So, who is the clown? Sorry, the referee in charge of Aston Villa versus Arsenal the weekend. Gerald Gillett will take charge of Arsenal Premier League away trip to Aston Villa at the weekend. Yeah, Gerald Gillett. I've seen a few of his matches. It's not the most terrible and it's not the most brilliant. I just hope, I can only hope that he has a good game officiating Aston Villa versus Arsenal. We can only reside on hope because these referees are bang average. They are refusing to actually learn and they are being protected. I think that's the worst thing that is happening to the English Premiership. You are protecting abysmal performances from the English referees under the guise of let's not bring the game to disrepute. I understand managers should not be what would be the right word, to having too much harsh commentary regarding referees. But at the same time, who is provoking these reactions from the managers? I don't think managers are just going unprovoked to talk about the referees. They're not going unprovoked. The referees consistently, not once in a while, consistently are making a mockery of the league. And see, 3 points in English Premiership is sometimes a tall order. It is a competitive league. So if the fact that some of their shoddy and horrible officiating can cost certain managers their jobs, can cost them 3 points, can reduce from their reward from 3 points to a point. So you should understand the grief of the managers too. But unfortunately, the mainstream media are always going to pit their tent with the referees, which is not right. I understand managers should try and be a little bit more magnanimous, be a little bit more lenient in their outbursts towards the referees, but the referees are not doing a good job by themselves. They keep on making repeated mistakes. Like you cannot blame the managers without putting some form of accountability on the referees until the referees are being punished adequately. Keyword adequately. I'm not saying you should just suspend on the referee, but if a referee is consistently making certain errors, he needs to be removed. He needs to. And most of these referees need to be trained. And I think referees will be paid well. You have to open it up and make it a career so you can have the best of the best. Not people seeing a refereeing job as a part-time gig. You cannot have the best of the best if this job, the incentives of the jobs are just part-time remunerations and they're not good enough to sustain a decent family in this society these days. So what do you expect? So as long as we continue to not pay these referees well and we don't hold them to high standard and accountability, this will continue. You cannot put the blame solely on the managers. So I do not expect so much at the moment from the referees. I just hope Arteta has prepared his boys to deal with the shenanigans that were provided by the referees. See, it's price thing. I understand. If you are going to feign ignorance and think that this weekend there will not be a VAR fast, you have lost your mind. There will be a VAR fast this weekend. It's priced in every part of the fixture. Part of the fixture list is that the referees and the VAR officials will have a meh. They will do something controversial. They want the cloud. They want to be discussed about. They want to be talked about. It's priced in. I just hope our players can make sure we do not allow the referees to overly influence our results against Aston Villa. I don't want that excuse. Arteta should have prepared players and understand that Villa will be allowed to get away with a bit of extra physical tackles in the game. There is unwritten rule that the mid-table teams or the lower table teams are allowed to be extra physical against the top six teams for some reason, especially when they're playing away for some reason it's allowed. I didn't make that rule. You can say it by yourself. Don't pretend you don't say it all the time. We saw how Luton got away with extra physicality against Arsenal in the last match. Martinelli was that guy actually almost destroyed his back with that knee challenge to his back. And the referee, there was no yellow card, there was no warning. So it is what it is. So I just hope Mr. Gerard Gillett will have a respectable performance in officiating Aston Villa against Arsenal. So guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Are you actually hoping that we'll get a fair and a great officiating? I don't know. We can all just live on hope. Or I don't like to live on hope, but when it comes to refereeing in the English Premiership, it is what it is. So guys, don't forget to like the video. Very, very important. Like the video, subscribe, subscribe. Make sure notification bell turned on, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.